Yes, indeed. Live and direct right here from the live room at KEXP here at Seattle Center. My name is Larry Mizell Jr. You know that. I'm very happy to be in here right now with one of my favorite bands, Shannon and the Clams. Oh, yeah. I know y'all got some music for the people right now. Let's get into it. KEXP. That's Do I Wanna Stay from Shannon and the Clams. That was out on Year of the Spider, came out last year on Easy Eye Sound. Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys label. I know you guys recorded that with him. We'll get into more of that, but I know you got some more tunes for us right now. All right, let's go. Shannon and the Clams live on KEXP. Shannon and the Clams live on KEXP. That was Ozma from Dreams in the Rat House from 2013. We got a couple more from Shannon and the Clams. We're going to be talking to them in just a second. Live on the afternoon show, Shannon and the Clams, KEXP.
But now
That was The Boy from Shannon and the Clams' 2018 record, Onion. And we got just one more live on KEXP. Shannon and the Clams, live on KEXP. That was Vanishing from Year of the Spider from last year. So glad to have y'all in here.
Thanks.
You know I love y'all. I've been a huge fan of this band for like over a decade. I think I heard Sleep Talk in 2011. And I remember seeing y'all at South by. And I saw Shannon, and I was standing by the fence and was like, I gotta say hi to Shannon. And I said hi and immediately like tripped over a cord as soon as I walked away. It's awesome.
Love it.
Were you with Uncle Jody?
I think I was with Jody. That's very possible.
Jody.
Yeah, for sure. Or was it with the homie Melly? I'm not sure, but I've since seen y'all a million times and I've been just waiting to get you in here. So I'm so happy you could be here on the afternoon show. Thank you for being here.
Me
Thanks
too.
so much
It's a
for
I don't
pleasure.
know why it took us so long exactly.
Why did it take so long? I don't know.
You guys
I'm
been
not
coming
sure.
the whole time. You've just been
Yeah.
packing the van.
Yeah.
So y'all are originally from Oakland, California. Though I know, now you're in Portland. Is that correct?
We're all over
Cody
the
and I
map.
live in Portland. Yeah, we're all over the place.
Gotcha.
I'm the last man standing in California.
You're still holding
Yeah.
it down?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think we'd like to go back. It's just like so expensive
Yes.
to be there.
Right.
My father-in-law says you pay a lot of juice.
Yes, you do.
Being California.
The juice is running for sure. Everybody in Seattle knows that pressure too.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
Yeah, and
same
it's
problems.
happening everywhere, of course. let's take it back to basics. How did y'all connect? How did you guys arrive at this incredible sound? I am such a fan. Sorry to ask a question, then ramble. I'm such a fan of like doo-wop and early rock and what they kind of call lowrider oldies.
Yes.
And when I heard y'all immediately hit all these sweet spots, I'm just wondering how y'all kind of connected and connected the dots on that sound that you've arrived at.
I mean, you should start with Shannon because she started the band on her own. So I don't know what you start off like,
Well,
and then we'll each jump in.
A big lowrider oldies fan.
Yes.
Grew up listening to pretty much only the oldies station.
Shit, get closer to your microphone.
Oh.
I think, right? Yeah, that sounds nice.
I do a lot of breathing, loud breathing.
Just
So
don't
okay, I'll just be
Breathe through it.
careful.
Stop breathing.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of lowrider oldies. I remember at the Napa Town and Country Fair, my childhood home, they had a lowrider oldies booth where they sold tapes and CDs and
East
stuff
Side
like that.
Stories and all that.
Yes, it was really cool. But I don't know. I think that like my upbringing with so many oldies kind of ended up mixing when I found punk music.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved and identified with a lot of punk. I had the, is it called the Van Skate Rock tapes?
Oh, yeah.
I used to, or Thrasher Skate Rock. Anyway, I used to collect those tapes. And I always thought it was weird that I like love oldies and then I love punk. And I realized that the common thread is the emoting, the like emotional singing. And yeah, I think it just kind of started there. I started playing bass and singing at open mic nights. And Cody would come to my open mic nights. We were friends in college. And he eventually started playing guitar in the Clams. And it was, once I heard him playing guitar, it was like, oh, this could be a real band now.
Yeah, right. It was just you for a while, and then
understood.
you had like different drummers and guitar players and stuff, and then they were practicing in my house, and then anyway, it was just a rad band. I wanted to be in it because I used to see them play at parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was a real house party.
Yeah,
a couple of years.
I thought we were gonna play a couple house parties, and then Shannon the Clams would be something I didn't even remember.
But I wasn't like totally there on my own. Like I had started playing. I got into like old country music and folk music and stuff, and then I sort of got into old surf music like before we met at college and was trying to play surf stuff. And then I knew all that music, but it like wasn't in the front of my mind. And then met Shannon and like listened to the band, and then it sort of like brought all that oldie stuff back for me. I was like, oh, this shit is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we lived in the same town. Like Will lived in Oakland too, but
we didn't know
our
each other for a
paths
while.
never crossed.
Yeah.
The many, many years that we were both playing, like Will played with his band, the Mumblers, all the time, and we never ever crossed paths.
It's very weird.
And then we
I don't know
happened
how
to
that
meet
happened.
Will in Seattle through La Luz,
Okay.
and he was
You
tour
guys
managing.
know La Luz.
Yeah, you know La Luz around
sure.
here. And we loved his vibe, and we're like, can you play keyboards?
Yeah, they didn't really know that I played keyboards. They just
Right.
What happened with me was they recorded a record and they were a trio, and then they played a Cody and Nate, a longtime drummer, played a bunch of keyboards on the record, but they didn't have a way to do it live. So Shannon, I think I just got a random text from Shannon one day, like, "Do you play keyboards?"
Sounds right.
And I said, yeah. And then I started doing some tours, and then I've been doing it for like 7 years now.
Yeah.
But I guess we sort of made sense because the music that I made was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's all the same like references, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this cool thing that when you were talking about lowrider tapes and stuff, there's like you can get into oldies at like level 1, right? And be like, okay, the Beatles and the Ronettes and whatever, the Crystals and then like that stuff's awesome. And then you go a level deeper, and then it's like these weird tapes that you find or something with like stuff that's not recorded that well, and it's like someone you never heard of. You don't even know what they look like, and there's all this mystery in there, and it sounds kind of mysterious because it's not recorded that well. Anyway, that's like I feel like we try to tap into that weird little world a little bit, and that is also in common with punk, right? You'd find like a weird 7-inch at a record store.
Yes.
Then you never find another record by this band. You're like, what is this? It's so good. And all you can do is just, I mean, back then all you could do is just like sit and think about it. Now you could usually look it up online, but everything's on Discogs.
Yeah.
But that mystery, I guess.
And you guys bring it together so magnificently. And Chris here, I heard some great things about you from Charlize just a second ago.
Oh, okay.
You're a Seattle dude.
Yeah.
I am, yeah.
He's the drum king of Seattle.
You're the drum king. It's
Everyone's
nice to meet
saying
you.
that about you.
Yeah. Chris has the solo drum records. That's how good of a drummer he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He's a bad man.
And he sings like an angel.
Yeah.
He warms up his voice listening to Boys II Men.
Nice. Well, I know you're cut from the cloth then. Most definitely. So I want to talk about you guys signing to Easy Eye Sound. When was that? Like in 2018, 2017 when Onion came out?
Yeah. I think we started with them like 2016 and then took a while before we went and recorded, and then it was like a while before the record came out. Anyway. No one cares about the exact dates. I don't know why people always do that.
I
It was like,
shouldn't
I
ask
think
that.
it was actually a year earlier. No one cares.
How did you guys link up with Dan Auerbach?
He was a fan of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just heard us somewhere and someone, like a record in a record store or something, and was like, what's that?
Right.
I want to know more about that. That's that mystery I was talking about, you know?
Yeah.
We got him.
And then he
The
was
mystery.
following us on Instagram, and I was very tickled by that and sent him a message and was like, "You're following us." And he was like, "Well, you're the best. Of course I'm following you." And then we just started kind of a friendship that way, and he kept asking us when we were going to come record. And I just didn't think it was that serious, like, but he was really, really serious and really wanted us to come record.
Very serious.
How was it kind of, I mean, I don't want to be presumptuous about your recording process to date, but going from what I assume was just kind of maybe more of a DIY process to working with one of the Black Keys.
The first few records we did in Cody's bedroom.
Yeah.
And like most of my vocal takes were done in a closet.
Yeah. It's like so much work doing it yourself,
Sure.
believe it or not, is a lot of work. Yeah, I think that was the nicest thing for me is like having a dedicated producer in there. Like there's the engineer who's like doing all the technical stuff and recording it. And then Dan, the producer, who's just like listening to what you're doing and saying like, no, that's bad or whatever. Because you can't hear what you're doing really while you're playing it. You kind of can, but that was the biggest thing for me is having someone who's like,
Checking.
and like really engaged and like really paying attention to what everyone's doing. And
There's so many songs on our early albums where I'm singing flat.
yeah, stuff
And
like
we
that.
just didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that just like having more people to share. I think it's, I don't know, there's trade-offs. Like when you do everything yourself, you have ultimate control, right?
Right.
But then you have to have ultimate control. And like no one's going to do it if you don't do it. So then it's just an incredible amount of work. I don't know. Trade-offs.
Yeah,
But-
that's a part of anything for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of trade-offs, that's one of my favorite signatures of you guys' sound is your vocal trade-offs. And it's like, it even reminds me of some of my favorite rap groups back in the day where I'm like, I'm not sure which one that is right there. And then I go to a show and I'm like, oh, Cody's singing that part. Okay, word. How, was it a work kind of, figuring out how to commingle vocally like that? You guys seem to do it so well, like as a whole crew.
Well, luckily, I mean, Cody and I feel like it happens very naturally.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't that much work.
And then Will also has the voice of an angel,
true.
so he just can figure out where to tuck himself in. And we could probably work harder at it, but
I don't know.
Doing
it's
great.
like, yeah, jamming
jamming.
with
Right
your
on.
voice.
I was saying our voices go together like a zipper.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. Shout out to YKK.
Yeah, my
know?
favorite manufacturer.
Yeah.
I was going to say that it's something that I think like rock and roll music and like pop music could benefit from more that hip hop and rap has is that like trade off, this sort of like
Yes.
tag team thing, which is like so fun to listen to, but it's not, I don't know why it's just not you generally part of like rock music or pop music. But when people do it, it's like so fun.
Yeah,
you know?
right. It stands out, just like y'all do. So what's next? What are you guys cooking?
We're cooking a lot of tours.
Yeah.
We got a show right here in Seattle in 2 days.
That's right, on
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah.
I mistakenly said it was tonight on the air earlier, forgive me.
Well,
but it is
they'll
on
figure it
Sunday at the Crocodile. You guys are playing at the Wonder Ballroom in Portland tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep.
And you're going to be at Tree Fort on the 23rd and 24th.
Yep.
Excellent.
Heard a lot about that fest. Never been to it.
I haven't been yet, but I've heard nothing but good
Yeah.
from all our
They've
folks here.
been very nice so far. There's all this like extra stuff, that festivals don't always do.
We could get
Yes.
massages and get our shoes shined.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And I know y'all are going to show up with shoes that can
It's
be
about
to
time.
be shined.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tempted.
Yeah, just
Go ahead.
a few festivals here and there, and we're going to Australia in the summer. And,
Nice.
Just doing some little runs. It's like hard to book anything long because of COVID, I guess. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. We're trying to keep them short, like a week at a time or whatever.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm urging everybody everywhere, go see Shannon and the Clams when they come to your hood. Go check them out. Thank y'all again for coming through, bringing your energy. I'm going to see you at the Crocodile.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. It's fun to
course.
finally be on KEXP.
I know.
Yeah, most definitely. Right on. Live on KEXP, Shannon and the Clams, afternoon show. Thank you all
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Thanks, Larry.
See you at the
Thanks, Larry.
Crocodile.
Yes.
Discover new music at listenerpowered KEXP.org.